Hello world, I'm sitting on a rock in a Roman amphitheater this time, in an ancient site called Capitolias. Capitolias, once again, is one of the Decapolis cities. The Decapolis is the 10 cities that Pliny the Elder had written from Damascus down to Mecca and Medina. So the interesting thing about this site is, of course, it is part of the Roman province, and it is actually part of what is called Palestina Secunda, the second Palestine, because clearly there was a previous Palestine. There is another Palestine. Some of the interesting things about this one, hi Linny, is that I'm actually reading this today. This excavation is only really new in 2018 at Capitolias. And there is supposedly an Aramaic tomb somewhere here. I'm going to have to keep exploring, but at the moment I'm just going to stay in the amphitheater. The bishops of Capitolias were documented in 3 or 4 different documents over the millennia, and they were, it was noted in the first council, hi Al, the first council of Nicaea in 325, another council of Chalcedon, hi Matt, and in 451, and it was mentioned by Basius in 518. So this is Capitolias, one of the Decapolis cities, really in north of Jordan. Hi Roshni. Peter, who was martyred by the Muslims, was said to be the bishop of Capitolias. So this is the amphitheater in this site. Hi Lonnie. I did read a PDF. I do have a PDF here about this site, and because it's not one of the well-known sites, and what it actually describes is when you look at the rocks. Hi Samir. Hi Gary. So when you're actually looking at the rocks, you can see the bedrock and then the next layer and then the Roman. So this site really gives you that extra depth of seeing how each group of people repurposed this area. It's so quiet. It's actually a Friday, which is pretty spectacular. As I say, I am cheating today, but I am actually trying to read because I did do a little bit of research on this site. But most of it comes from PDF articles in archaeological journals rather than a tourist guide. So this is Capitolias, Beit Ras, into the north of Jordan. So it'd be really interesting if you did get an opportunity to go down and see what the acoustics was of this site. It is very quiet. It's beautiful. But it's right in the centre of this town. There's a school just on the top junction, and we had to ask someone for directions to get here. So yeah, I really don't have much information about this site other than I really wanted to come, and not much was known about it. I don't know if you can see that archway heading over there, those rocks, the way that they're positioned. It's just an amazing engineering feat that this can still be standing 1,500 years later. Hi, Kath. The one thing about, even though I can't see these Aramaic frescoes that are supposed to be here on this site, they do actually describe them as some of the first cartoons, because it has depictions of a person cutting stone and somebody is asking him, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm cutting stones, but now I'm dead." So clearly part of a tomb. And it had a combination between Aramaic writing and some Greek letters. So if I can find some of that, I might be able to record it and post it later. Somebody's walking on the building up there behind me. I can, watching the strange person down here. When I do a little bit more reading, I can see that Capitolias was also site was worshipped by is it a Greek god Dionysus? I think Hercules also has some connection, some worshipped connection to this area as well. Hi, Marcy. So as I say, I don't really have much to say about this absolutely beautiful site. This is a Roman amphitheater, and it has actually 3 distinct layers that I can see. I can see down here, I can see the bedrock and then the next layers. But how this natural formation has been utilised as this architectural site for this amphitheater. Because if I just wander on the other side of this massive wall, you'll see that. Let's just see if I don't slip. Walking out of the amphitheater. It looks over onto over a canyon. But what I suspect, if I do a bit of walking a little further over this way, I might be able to find something else. Let's go for an explore. Pile of rocks look quite impressive. When you come across an archaeological dig like this, you find set, squares. What the archaeologists seem to do is mark out where they want to look, and they'll look in different segments. So they've uncovered, looks like part of a wall. Oh, this one looks pretty interesting. Don't know if you can see underneath those large white rocks. It looks like a water channel, like a cistern. And this, from the previous part where they've dug, they've come to here, and then you can see almost like a wall or a road. But this, hi Chris. So if the amphitheater is up here on this natural formation of the rock, and then it just looks over into this valley just happens to be full of trees now, but it could have been a fertile farmland. So I would imagine if this is a known archaeological site, and we've done some smaller excavations just here. What I'm actually walking on, as I walk further and further away from that, potentially under my feet are more ruins. But I can't see anything close by here. Hi Bron, hi Karen. So I'm just basically wandering through a paddock in a northern Jordanian town called Beit Ras, away from an ancient site called Capitolias, which is one of the Decapolis cities, one of the 10 cities written by Pliny the Elder, from Damascus down to Mecca and Medina. I don't know if those rocks are genuinely like a wall there, whether they were genuinely there or they've just been placed there over the years just to keep them out of the way. But there does seem to be like a delineating line here, even with this group of trees. This is exploring. This is about as Indiana Jones as I get. Yeah, this is about as Indiana Jones as I get. Looking over between these trees, you can see in the valley the actual rocks. The bedrock is massive, just solid. So the biosphere, the earth and soil that could use to sustain life, grow plants, grow crops, and herd animals, that biosphere must be really, really small, because the bedrock is not far, is very easily found. Anyway, that's my adventure for today. At least I got Al to come somewhere that he's never been before. And on this wonderful Friday, happy Friday everybody, I once again extend an invitation to everybody. Olive trees, potentially they're olive trees. I'm not a botanist, I can't really tell. Potentially it's an olive grove. I just once again extend an invitation to anybody and everybody to come to Jordan. Come and explore with me. Every day's an adventure. And you never know what you're going to find. In the middle of this town is an olive grove, and in that olive grove is an amphitheater, an ancient Roman amphitheater, part of the Decapolis city of Capitolias. Well, hi and bye to everybody. Safe travels. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm safe here in Jordan, and I can't wait to speak to everybody. And as I say, come and join me. Stay safe, happy travels. Love you.